Hi everyone. Today I got a favorite topic of many small and big gardeners, which is tomatoes. I have indeterminate and determinate tomatoes of several varieties growing currently in the garden. Couple of them are overwintered, 2 years in a row, and the remaining are planted this year. Many grown from seed, and Roma determinate and Husky cherry red are replanted by buying plants from the garden center. The highlight is the Brandy Boy variety that I am giving a tour, which is a giant magical tomato variety every gardener wants to grow. Stay with me until the end so that you will not miss any of the varieties tour. Which variety is more prolific, how to manage, etc. You will get the idea of whether you will want to grow determinate versus indeterminate by the end of this video.
ఈ పక్క కూడా ఉన్నాయిరా మొత్తం అన్నీ కోస్తున్నావా?
కొంచెం దూరంగా ఉన్నాయి ఇవి బాగా మాయని వస్తున్నాయి
We have started harvesting tomatoes from the overwintered indeterminate tomatoes already. Let's begin the tour. This is a Roma tomato variety grown from store-bought tomato seeds. I have a bunch of these variety tomatoes scattered in the garden. These are growing well so far. Some are just planted and the other tomatoes like Roma plants you have seen here are companioned by marigold, calendula, potatoes, and they are doing great so far. This bed is overcrowded even though these tomatoes are thriving. This is a Husky cherry red tomato plant. I bought a plant from Lowe's. I tried black, sun gold, and Husky cherry red grape tomato varieties in the past, and I loved this variety the most, so I continued growing it. This is hybrid indeterminate, which lives for many years with a ton of production and grow more than 6 feet tall if we take enough care, trellising, providing the nutrition, etc. This is a volunteer plant grown from Husky cherry red hybrid indeterminate plant that I had last year. Please note that we won't get the same variety when we use seeds from any hybrid plants. If tomatoes or any other vegetables we grow, that's the behavior we will see. So far the fruits look a little different compared to Husky cherry red. I wanted to see how these tomatoes end up like compared to the real Husky cherry red. These are tomato black cream heirloom, which are indeterminate. Compared to Roma tomatoes, black cream are growing very slow. I'm hoping that these will probably take off when the days will get warmer going forward. Since these are indeterminate, these will grow more than 6-7 feet, so I planted them next to the trellis. This batch is Roma indeterminate that I bought from Lowe's as plants. These are doing okay but not great compared to the indeterminate tomatoes grown from seed. In a moment, just compare this Roma indeterminate that I bought that I've grown from seed from store-bought tomatoes. This is overwintered for 2 years with the indeterminate Roma plants. I wanted to compare this plant with the indeterminate tomatoes that I just showed before this plant. This has a minimum of 100 green tomatoes currently on the plant. Since planted, this might have produced easily 10 lb tomatoes if not more. These are indeterminate Roma tomatoes plants grown similar to the other one. I use the seeds from store-bought tomatoes. All these tomatoes are companioned with peppers, basil, okra, onion, flowers like calendula and marigold. These are doing great so far. I can't wait to harvest a lot of tomatoes this summer. This one is Tomato Delicious, growing in between Roma tomatoes. This is a Tomato Better Boy variety, overwintered 2 years in a row like the other Roma tomato plant. At some point during the first year, this plant almost stopped producing. I made a video on that. If you want, you can watch that. Look at the count and the size of these tomatoes. This is hybrid variety again. These tomatoes are started blushing. I'm hoping to harvest these tomatoes in next few days. This is tomato black cream again. One tomato black cream and the delicious tomato variety I planted in April, I believe. These are growing very slow because the days were cooler, lot cooler when I replanted, but these started producing. I can't wait to see these tomato growth and harvest them. This is Tomato Delicious. Have some fruits already developed. These could grow at least 1 to 2 lb size each tomato. I did not grow this variety before and very excited to see the growth. Now let's see the Brandy Boy tomato variety. Look at the size of the flowers and leaves. I went to one of my choir friends' house for the year-end party. I'm sorry for the music and louder conversations. I found many of different tomato varieties in their house. The nursery that they usually go is having 150 tomato variety plants, they said, and they bought some varieties live plants and replanted in the house. They are well maintained, these tomato plants. Look at this giant tomato plant, large leaves, thick foliage, etc. One cannot even recognize this as a tomato plant at a quick glance. So they are also maintaining the tags at the base of each plant. If you can read it, this tag explains more information about the plant. This is not an usual variety for sure to grow or find. These are just flowering. It is also growing in a partial shade. This will just get a few hours of the morning sun because it is a face to east, growing in the backyard next to the patio door. I am very impressed with this variety. Sure that I'll try to get seeds for this variety to grow in my garden next time. To keep the growing of these tomatoes organic, I am not giving any chemical fertilizers. So far, I amended these with chicken manure and gave liquid fish fertilizer once, which I covered in my previous videos. I'm copying the link in the description. If you need details about how to apply fish fertilizer, you can watch it. So that's our episode, friends. Hope you are familiar with the varieties that are growing in my garden now and learned about the organic fertilizers I'm using to feed them. Comment and let me know about your tomato growing experiences. Also, like and share the video if you feel like the content is useful. Please subscribe the channel to support. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.